Hi, welcome. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad to be having you here with us. Does that even make sense? I don't know. I'm not going to redo this. So, welcome to Diamonds in the Rough Wellness. I am Maria Petracco. I am your wellness coach. I'm so excited to have you part of our team. A couple things before you get started and filling out this form and going a little bit more in depth and joining us. A couple call to actions is I want you to be thinking about why. Why do you want to do this? Again, this why is going to be consistently changing as you evolve as a coach. For me, it started out as me wanting to pay for my product and my obsession with building myself and growing myself. It could be when you start out now is using it as an accountability, making sure that you're showing up and doing your workouts and showing up for you, but having the world hold you accountable. So that could have been probably one of mine when I first started too. Second one could be, paying for your performance line, paying for your Shakeology. I've got notes over here so I can stay on track because I kind of tend to drift off sometimes. So another one is quitting your full-time job, maybe retiring your husband. That's what mine is now. My husband is he works active duty, Air Force, but he's a reservist. So it's a little different. For me, my goal is to eventually retire him. Big scary goal, but I'm excited about actually doing that and achieving that. So for me, again, it's retiring my husband, and paying for things. So, it kind of switches. But my big, scary goal is to retire him. Ultimately, you have your own personal why, and that's specific to you. And that is completely amazing, whatever it might be, big or small, and it will eventually evolve over time. So be thinking about your why. Let's see what else, so I can stay on track. The second one is choosing a program that works best for you. Do you love to dance? Do you love HIIT training? Do you love cardio? Do you want to focus on your rear? Is there a certain body type, a part that you want to start focusing on? Looking at a program. For me, I'm doing an ultimate reset right now, which is increasing my metabolism, helping me with sleep, that kind of thing. And then I'm going to be going back into 80-day obsession, which focuses on your tush and your abs. But it is also a full body workout. I tend to have problems with my lower half. Everything else seems to fall off up here, but my lower half I struggle with. So my 80-day obsession is where I'm headed to after this reset. Third thing you're going to focus on is the training, implementing it. After you get put in as a coach, I will be adding you to our university training. So understanding, taking notes, delving into that, asking questions, going on the team pages, and really not being fearful of asking a silly question. There's no silly question other than the one that wasn't asked, right? So in summarizing, you want to figure out your why. Why are you doing this? 2, choosing your program, what works best for you. 3, starting with the training and digging deeper in as a coach and applying yourself. Very briefly about myself, this community and connections is what really brought me. My first job is I'm a teacher. I work online. I don't have kids. I have a fur baby. But for me, I struggled with trying to build connections with other people. Why? Because everybody has children. And they, for some reason, believe, since as a teacher, I can't handle their 2 children. And that was a struggle for me. So I always have loved fitness. It gives me something to talk with other people and involve them in a conversation with who I am and in a foundational area to talk to them about other than the children, more about themselves. And then eventually I can be brought in and we can talk about their kids too. They're not a problem. It's part of the whole of you. Keep that in mind. So my internal health and wellness, I have anxiety, depression, and PTSD due to past instances of sexual assault and so on and so forth. You can find out more about that as we get to know each other a little bit better. But still, I got into this because of the fact that I needed a community and I wanted to work on my internal health. As a result, my external health became better, right? Let's see, what else? So my goals and focusing on is coming back to retiring my husband and bringing him home more often. We are actually separated more than we are together. So I want to bring him home. It's a big, scary goal of mine. It's not going to happen overnight. These goals are not going to happen overnight. I know for me, I've been doing this for about a year and a half, and I've taken it really slowly. That's okay. Why? Because it's like losing 100 pounds. You can technically lose it really, really fast, right? But are you going to keep it off for long periods of time? For me, I decided I wanted to build a really strong foundation. I wanted to find people that I could hang out with around a campfire for hours, have a cup of coffee on a balcony, go to amusement park and just be me and whatever. And I wanted to spend time on my voice. Who am I? I have lost my voice for so many years, couldn't figure out who I was supposed to be for everybody else except myself. And so I took more time because I wanted to figure out who that was. Wasn't sure. I was so used to being everybody else's voice, if you will, and making everybody else more comfortable. Big thing though is make sure you're showing up to this like a business. What do I mean by that? If you have a brick and mortar business and you're going to, say if you're posting and you're doing all this stuff and you're posting about your progress and all these other things, but if you're not inviting, you're not showing up and opening your store for business, it's kind of like you're in a drive-through. You pop in when somebody talks to you. You're not going to get a lot of people showing up in general, right? So you have to show up. You have to put in out your advertisement on some level, your gift. You want to show people your gift that you have, that have changed your life, right? So you have to show up too every single day. There's going to be days it's not going to be easy. There's going to be days you don't want to. But that's when you come back to your why. That's when you have to have a strong enough why to make sure that you show up. Because I guarantee you, I know I have, there's days I get depressed because I'm here by myself. I'm sad because my husband's gone. And I don't feel like talking to people. There's times where I also get tired of being on Facebook and listening and looking at everybody's highlights instead of, their darker side that I know that's there, but nobody wants to talk about, right? So, big deal. Make sure your why you're doing this is strong enough to keep on bringing you back on days when your motivation's not there. Okay? So, pretty basic, right? You can do this. My big thing that hit me was dream big, think like a child on some level. They dream like insanely big. When you ask them what they want to be, you talk about being an astronaut or a ballerina or a basketball player or soccer player. They think huge. So start thinking huge. When you get scared, keep in mind, you didn't die, you didn't bleed, and you're still breathing. So, welcome to the team.